Hello guys, this is Ryian Crenshaw at Hearing Group, and today we have Caylie from our Stillwater office.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Yeah, one of the things we want to talk to you guys about today is tips to adjusting to your new hearing instruments.
If you're new to our channel, we're here to educate more people about hearing loss and hearing aids and ultimately help people hear better. So make sure you hit the subscribe button and turn on the notifications so you never miss a video. Thanks for watching.
Something that happens every day, patients get hearing aids. One thing that always seems to come up is how do I adjust to wearing my new hearing aids? That seems to be, over all the years, the first thing patients always ask me. So Caylie, do you have any tips that you give patients on how to adjust to their hearing instruments?
That's a great question, Ryan. Actually, there's about 2 ways that I can go about answering that question. So we have our newer users that have never worn hearing instruments before, and then we have our users that have been wearing hearing instruments for a long period of time. So I think it's important to tackle both of those issues.
Let's go ahead and start with the newer users. What advice do you have for people who may be new to hearing instruments?
Sure. Well, a first-time hearing instrument wearer is used to their hearing experience with their hearing loss. So whenever they put hearing aids on, there's a lot of environmental sounds that are now a part of their listening environment again. So it's really important to get used to those sounds being a part of your atmosphere once again.
Okay, so what advice would you have for a new user that's going to help them get used to those sounds?
Sure. Well, a lot of things kind of come up in that area. We start kind of with their own voice. We really want a patient to get used to hearing their own voice. So one of the things that we suggest is reading out loud for 10 to 20 minutes every day. Another experience would be listening to the television or the radio. Some of our patients that haven't been wearing hearing aids tend to listen to those things at a little bit higher volume. One thing they can do is ask a friend or family member what a normal volume for the TV or the radio would be, and kind of start from there and find something that's comfortable around that range.
That's great advice. What about sometimes I know from experience new users say maybe other environmental noise like traffic or cars driving. One of my favorites is the blinker. So how do you help those patients orient to wearing their new hearing aids?
Sure, so we'd want to start them out maybe at a few hours a day and work up to that full day of wear. But ultimately, we want our patients to be wearing their hearing aids all day, every day, because that's where they're going to get the greatest benefit.
That's a great point that you make, is because some patients only want to wear their hearing aids when they go to church on Sunday or when they go out to lunch with a friend. But it really is important for a new user to put their hearing aid on all day to get used to environmental sounds. So thank you, Caylie. Let me ask you, is there any tools that can help a patient that maybe they feel like their prescription's a little too much at first? So is there something we can help those patients with?
Yeah, absolutely, Ryan. Most manufacturers will have what we call an adaptation manager, and this hearing experience can be very overwhelming for a patient. So if your original prescription is just too much to handle, we can bring that down to about 70 or 80%, and we can help you gradually work that up over time, and your hearing aids will automatically do that for you.
Okay, great. So the patient isn't having to come back multiple times and turn it up every visit.
Right, that's correct.
Okay, awesome. What about our existing users that have already been wearing hearing instruments and then they get into maybe a newer technology? Do you have some advice to help those patients orient to the newer hearing instruments?
Yeah, of course. Our users that have been wearing hearing aids for a long time are used to the way their older set of hearing aids sound. So when we get a new set of hearing aids on them, it's probably a much newer technology that processes sound much more naturally for the patient. And so it is a little bit different to get used to. But if you were to wear your hearing aids all day, every day, it'll help you get acclimated to the new technology.
That's a great point. I'm glad you bring that up, because some linear users who are used to the older technology just really don't understand how the digital processing in hearing aids nowadays sound, which is trying to get them closer to what you and I hear. Mm-hmm. So it is important for them to experience that for sure. So thank you for helping us with that, Caylie. Remember, one of the biggest mistakes you can make, whether you're a new user or an experienced user, is not talking to your hearing care professional if you're having problems with your hearing aids. So always always reach out and get help trying to acclimate to those new settings. Maybe just a small adjustment might be what you need. Again, this is Ryan and Caylie. She's with our Stillwater office. If you wanted to leave your comments below, if you had any advice on how to wear hearing instruments, we'd love to hear those.